lot of cars in the pack. How are we gonna get through? Or we're gonna navigate it. What the fuck is that thing, man?
Oh, well, it's a fucking motard of some sort. Yeah, you get back, cunty
BMW driver. There you go. Back. The BMW driver in the natural habitat. I thought that was the guy doing a wheelie. There's a fucking Skittle! I had one of those! And he fucking creamed the front end on it. Can you believe that? 2 days! 2 days! I sell him in neon! But he's a Cobalt driver, people. And, that just goes to show you, Cobalt drivers cannot handle the power of the Skittle. They cannot. They cannot handle it. Man, I got freaking AC/DC stuck in my head. There is something about Thunderstruck and Who Made Who that just gets your blood a-pumping. Gets it churning for the asphalt. Desire the speed and the adrenaline of the Ninja 300. Because it totally is the pinnacle of acceleration and top end. Absolutely. No doubt about it. See how fast I scurried past that Honda CR-V? Did you see it? You probably couldn't because it was so intense and so fast. I would guess to say that moto vloggers are probably an odd bunch of people. I think I fit that criteria. We have to talk to ourselves. It's a little weird. I talk to myself even when I'm not on a bike, so does that make me weird? It's not a motovlog thing, it's just a me thing. I'm weird in general. Oh, look at that thing. A GTO with like 2 different wheels? Does that make sense? And they're both decent.
I like the rears on the back. What's on the rear a lot better than what's on the front. Oh, this is so much fun. You guys don't know what you're missing. Buy a fucking motorcycle, man. It's cold. It's obviously not like the prime time to be riding, but it's still fun. I still have a kick-ass time doing this shit. And I got my turn signal on
because I'm an idiot. I tend to spam this button a lot. And I'm glad to hear a few people do that too. I thought I was the only one that just constantly hit that thing. I don't know. Sometimes I forget. It doesn't reset, so I get fucking anal about it. And I guess it's a little excessive compulsive. Ah! Okay, so I've had some people like, NinjaBoots, you're in your 30s. Why are you riding? Why are you totally riding a Ninja 300? I mean, it's just a step up from a 250. It really is. I tell them one simple thing. Well, a couple simple things. One, it was cheap. I could afford it. So the buy-in for me was good. And I wanted to, they're like, okay, let me start over. Okay, first thing that happens is they ask me, why did you buy a Ninja 300? You know, you're in your early 30s. And I say simple, it's like, because I could afford it. And it's like, well, why didn't you just buy a used one? That's the follow-up question. Well, I want a bike that is me, you know, never mind a few miles or whatever the technician does when they get it. I know this stuff doesn't count, all right? I want to be the primary person that creates this bike. I'm a firm believer that the bike and you have to be in harmony with each other. The bike and you have to be one, okay? As zen-like as I'm starting to get, I think there's some sort of connection when you grow with the bike. Me starting out with it starting out, it does what it does, I do what I do. Together, we got to come into an agreement. I'm going to do this, you're going to do that. I want that. So they're like, okay, so you got a Ninja 300. You say you've ridden before. Now, some people really, I guess, doubted me being able to ride a bike. I mean, maybe because I've never ridden one before. So, I mean, you know that person, you know, if you haven't ridden a long time, but you used to ride, and people were like, oh, no, you don't want to go crazy and kill yourself, and, you know, because they don't know. They think you're just making something up, which is understandable. You know, I'm like, seriously, man, I used to ride dirt bikes. I understand how they react to things, you know. I'm not a total blind idiot coming into this thing. You know, maybe, actually not maybe, yes, I could have started on a fucking 600. Yes, I could have jumped straight to a liter. Did I want to? No, I didn't. I wanted to start on something, I mean, not saying those aren't fun, but I wanted to start on something fun, which a Ninja 300 looks fucking kick-ass, all right? The design, so much better than Ninja 250. Even though the Ninja 250 wasn't that bad looking, this one is like evolution in the right direction. Like it's timeless. Like this one, it looks good. You know what I mean? It's trendy right now, so it's crazy good. I guess the second part of that is I don't need the need for speed. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to be going 150 miles an hour my whole life. And that's another question that gets asked, like, well, what's the top speed on that thing? I don't know, like a 110. And they're like, is that it? My car does that. Well, fuck, that's a car, so I don't give two shits. You know, it gets me where I want to go, and it does it well. It does it economical. You know, I save a ton of money riding this thing around. Now, there's a few people that I've sort of followed. I haven't really said anything to them, but other Ninja 300 owners, especially motovloggers and stuff, you know, they ride it for a year and they're ready to move on. You know, I haven't reached my year, but I've definitely reached, you know, the 5-month mark. So I don't feel tired of this. In fact, I'm doing some mods to it because I really feel like this is a good bike. I mean, it really is. It really is. Oh, all right, enough of that blabber jabber.